Hello friends, welcome to my channel Gaitan Academy, and today I come with another interesting topic. It is not only interesting but very informative for the students as well as a common person. Everyone want to know the reality of the blood group, and this topic is particularly important for the MBBS students and the students who are study physiology. So today we are going to study about ABO blood group system and RH blood group system. So this is Dr. Talat from Chungcheong University, and let's get started. Before I go in detail, I have a request for everyone that donate blood every month, because blood is life. When you donate your blood, you will have a chance that you will have a new blood and you will have a healthy life. First of all, we are going to have a review about the history of blood groups and blood transfusion. You know, experiments with the blood transfusion have been carried out for hundreds and hundreds of years. Many patients have died because there is no information about the blood, and it was not until 1901 when the Australian Carl Landsteiner discovered human blood group that the blood transfusion became safer. But before the discovery of blood group, it was not safe to transfuse blood because of the many reasons. The mixing blood from two individuals can lead to blood clumping. The clumped RBCs can crack and cause toxic reactions, which in turn become very fatal, and it can lead to deaths. Carl Landsteiner discovered that blood clumping was an immunological reaction which occurs when the receiver of a blood transfusion has antibodies against the donor blood cells. Carl Steiner's work made it possible to determine blood types and thus paved the way for the blood transfusions to be carried out safely. For this discovery, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology of Medicine in 1930. The difference in the human blood are due to the presence or absence of certain protein molecules which are called antigens and antibodies. Now, the antigens are located on the surface of red blood cells, and the antibodies are in the blood plasma. The red blood cell which is present in the blood contain antigens, while the another protein is antibody which is present in the plasma, that is liquid part of the blood. So individuals have different types and combination of antibodies and antigens. Based on the difference in the antigen and antibodies, there are different types of blood groups. The blood group you belong to depend on what you have inherited from your parents. There are more than 20 genetically determined blood group systems today. But we mostly don't discuss about 20 genetically determined blood group system. But this is the reality. The ABO and rhesus system are the most important one used for the blood transfusion. So if you are asked in your exams what are the most important grouping system of the blood are, so your answer must be ABO and rhesus. Not all the blood groups are compatible with each other. Mixing incompatible blood group lead to blood clumping, agglutination, which is dangerous for the individuals. Now first of all, we will start with the ABO blood grouping system. According to the ABO blood grouping system, there are 4 different kinds of blood types: A, B, AB and O. So you remember there are 4 blood grouping system in ABO. There are 4 types of blood groups: A, B, AB and O in the ABO blood group system. Now what differentiates the blood group A with blood group B? First of all, blood group A. If you belong to the blood group A, you have antigen A on the surface of red blood cell and antibody B in your blood plasma. So you always remember, if your blood group is A, you must have antigen A and antibody B. Similarly, if your blood group is B, your body contain B antigen on the surface of RBC and antibody A into your plasma. So in the case of blood group A, you have antigen A and antibody B. In the case of blood group B, you have antigen B and antibody A. Blood group AB. If you belong to the blood group AB, you have both A and B antigen. Okay, always remember, if your blood group is AB, your blood contain, your RBC contain both A and B antigen, but you have no A or B antibodies at all in your blood plasma, right? However, if your blood group is O, if you belong to the blood group O, you have neither A nor B antigen on the surface of the RBCs. It means antigens are absent in the blood group O. However, antibody A and B both are present in blood group O. Why do individuals produce antibodies to antigen they do not have? Means normally in our body we have antigen and antibody both present in our body, but sometimes what happened, our body produce antibodies against antigen which are entered into our body by any source. So the A and B antigen are also produced by other plants and microorganisms, right? As you know, as we have discussed, that if your blood group is A, your antibody will be B. So for example, a plant is producing antigen A, and if you eat that antigen A, in case your real blood group is B, then what will happen? Of course, there must be some immune reaction. So this is the reason that sometimes we are allergen to some type of plants and microorganisms which are producing different type of antigens, and when these antigens are enter into our body will produce antibodies against them. So the individual who do not recognize one or more of these antigen as self will produce antibodies against the plant or microbial antigen, or if the blood is transfused from any other person who has different antigen and it is introduced into your body, or if a tissue from the another body is grafted in your body, then there will be immune reaction, because body has the ability that it will not accept outside cells, outside antigens. So there must be antibody reactions. Sometimes we have some antidotes that will help not to produce antibodies, right? Otherwise this will cause severe immune reaction in your body. ABO inheritance in genetics. The ABO gene is autosomal. The gene is not on either sex chromosome. The gene for the ABO blood group is autosomal. The ABO gene locus is located on the chromosome number 9. A and B blood group are dominant over O blood group. Always remember, the blood group A and B have more frequency in any population as compared to O blood group. So we say that A and B blood group is dominant over O blood group because majority of the people have blood group A and B. So the A and B group genes are co-dominant. Sometimes what happened, A and B both are co-dominant, and sometimes A and B separately dominant. In all the cases, there must be less number of O blood group. Each person has two copies of genes coding for their ABO group. One is coming for the mother and one is coming from the father. So in this way you have two copies of genes. Now what is the function of these two copies of genes? What will happen? We will discuss later on. But before that, if you want to get updates of my new videos, subscribe my channel and click the bell icon, so that whenever I update new videos, you will have the chance to watch my video. And of course, if you like my video, I deserve a like. What do co-dominant genes means? This means that if a person inherit one A group gene and one B group gene, their red cell would possess both A and B blood group antigen. The alleles were termed A, which produced antigen A, and B which produce the B antigen, and O which was non-functional and produce no A or B antigen. So this is the game of the allele. Which type of allele is present in your body inherited from your parents? Possible blood group genotype. Now what is the genotype? Actually, as I tell you that two genes are coming, one from the father, one from the mother. So in this way this is formed genotype. Means it is present in your body, but it is not possible that every time it will be dominant, right? Any one of the allele will be dominant. Now see, in the row you will see these are in row and in column A B O A B O. So the first row maybe you can take it as a father allele, and in the first column you can take it as a mother allele. So when you get two alleles, one from the father, one from the mother, for example, if you achieve A plus A plus A, right, then it will give you A, and this will form your genotype. For example, if your blood group is AB, in that case you will receive A from one parent and B from other parent. So in this way your blood group will be AB. For example, if your genotype is AO, so you can't say that your blood group will be A or O or AO. Of course, there is no blood group like AO. So genotype is basically the genes, the alleles that you inherit from the genes of your parents. So in your body you will have both, as in the previous slide we have already discussed that in your genotype one allele is from your father and one from the mother. So here this chart represents that your body contain at least two alleles, one from the father and one from the mother, and the row is representing the alleles from the mother, and the column A B O which is in black is representing the allele from the father, and when they combine they will have this combination AA AB AO AB BB BO AO BO and OO. So the ABO blood group system become safe for transfusion when this situation will be fulfilled. Table shows that 4 ABO phenotype blood groups. Phenotypes is actually the real blood group. This is not the genotype. Phenotype is the real blood group that we called. For example, if I say you that your blood group is A, right? So this is a phenotype. So it is present in the human population and genotype that give rise to the phenotype. Okay. So we have already discussed the genotype in the previous slides, that you have two alleles. You can see you have two alleles, one from the father, one from the mother, and finally you will have one blood group. You can have a blood group A, B, AB or O, right? And this will be the distribution, that whenever you have a blood group A, your antigen will be A, right? Your antibodies will be anti-B, and genotype will be AA or AO, right? Because A is the dominant, so if you have a genotype AA or AO, in both the cases, because A is dominant, your blood group will be A. Similarly, for the blood group, you can see you will have antigen B, you will have antibody A because it is opposite, and in your genotype you can have BB or BO. So because you know that B is dominant over O, so your blood group will be O. Similarly, when your blood group is AB, your antigen contain you will have both antigen A and B, but you do not contain any antibody, and your genotype will be AB, because one A is for example A is coming from the mother and B is coming from the father, so you will have both genotype, and you know that A and B both are dominant, so in that case you will have both matlab means AB blood group, because both are dominant. Now the final fourth blood group is O. In the case of O blood group, if someone has a blood group O, in that case they have no antigen, neither A nor B, right? But the blood group O contain antibody A and antibody B. However, the genotype contain both O, because you know the O is similar, so of course you will have any one of the blood group, so you will have a O blood group. So this is the distribution how the blood groups are formed in your body. Why cannot give the blood group A to the group B? Giving someone blood from the wrong ABO group could be fatal, as we already discussed, because there is a chances that antibodies will be produced. The anti-A antibodies in the group B attack the group A cells and vice versa. Blood group O negative is different story. We will discuss it in the next few slides. Now come to the another type of the blood grouping system, which is rhesus system. This is very important, and it is also very important while considering the transfusion. Well, let's get more complicated here, because there is another antigen to be considered, the Rh antigen. However, in the rhesus system we have Rh antigen. If the Rh is present, it is called Rh positive, and if Rh is not present, it is called Rh negative. So for example, some people in the group A will have it and will therefore be classified as A positive. For example, your blood group is A, your blood has antigen A, right? Your blood also have antigen Rh, rhesus. So in this case you will have two antigen. First is A and second one is Rh. So in this way your blood group will be A positive, because Rh is present. However, if you do not have Rh, then your blood group will be A negative. So this is how the positive and negative system work. Rh antigen are transmembrane protein with loops exposed as the surface of the red blood cells. In simple way, in simple words, we can say that Rh antibodies are transmembrane, means this antigen is present half inside the RBCs and half outside the cell. So this is called the transmembrane protein, right? So just remember that Rh antigen is present on the red blood cells. Simple. They appear to be used for the transport of carbon dioxide and ammonia across the plasma membrane. This is the normal function of Rh. So what they do, they transport the carbon dioxide or ammonia across the plasma membrane, because we have to remove the carbon dioxide and ammonia from the cells. So they are named for the rhesus monkey in which they are first discovered. RBCs that are Rh positive express the antigen designated D, and 85% of the population is Rhd positive, and the other 15% of the population is running around Rhd negative population. Once again, the D antigen is 85% dominant over if it is not present, right? So in most of the cases it is present, and most of the blood group is positive. A person with Rh negative blood does not have Rh antibodies naturally in the blood plasma, right? So this is how the distribution of the genotype and alleles. If your blood group blood type is Rh positive or Rh negative, what will happen? The genotype will be, for the case of Rh positive, your genotype will have capital R, capital R, capital R and small r, and you know the capital R will be the dominant and your allele will be selected as dominant one. So finally the capital R will be selected and added to your blood group. For example, if your blood group is A, this R will be added and your blood group will called as A positive, right? Similarly, for the case of Rh negative people, means if someone has a negative blood group, what happened? They will have a genotype small r, and only one small r will be selected as a allele, and this small r will represent finally your phenotype. It means that if your blood group is A, finally decided that your blood group is A, your blood contain antigen A, and if your blood do not contain Rh negative, do not contain Rhd antigen, then what will happen? Your A blood group will be negative. Always remember, if for example, this is very simple, that if your blood group is A, right, and your blood also contain Rhd antigen, it means that you will have two antigen and then it will become A positive, right? And if your blood is A and it does not contain Rh antigen, in that case your blood group will be A negative. So this is the distribution of the blood grouping system. So initially we will have 4 blood group system based on ABO system, which is A, B, AB and O, right? And after adding a plus sign and minus sign, that is Rh positive and Rh negative, in total we will have 8 blood groups. Now this slide is very important to understand. A person with Rh negative blood can develop Rh antibodies in the blood plasma if he or she receive blood from a person with Rh positive blood whose Rh antigens can trigger the production of Rh antibodies. What is this means? In simple way, you say that if your body do not have Rh, you do not have Rh, and if you receive a blood with Rh positive, what will happen? Your body will produce antibodies against that Rh positive that is enter into your body. So it will be a very dangerous case. So this is not only just important that you will receive the blood from A, if your blood group is A and you will receive the blood from A, but it is also important that if your blood group is A positive, you will receive the blood if it is A negative, no problem. But for example, if a person has a blood group A negative, in that case it will be a problem. Or that if for example, if for example your friend has a blood group A negative, but he will receive a blood of A positive, what will happen? That positivity due to Rh will produce reaction in the body, right? So this is very important that Rh negative will not receive Rh positive blood, but a person who is Rh positive can receive the blood Rh negative, depends on the same blood group. For example, A positive can receive A negative, B positive can receive B negative, O positive can receive O negative. A negative cannot receive A positive. A mother who is Rh negative, of course, as we have already discussed, that Rh negative cannot receive and Rh positive. Similarly, a person who has a blood group type O is not allowed to receive a blood from A, B and AB. If a mother has a baby with Rh positive type A, B or AB, right? So this will become resistance. It will not damage the mother's body until the pregnancy. How? Because the size of the molecule is large. It cannot cross the placenta. This is the first reason. Secondly, anti-A antibodies. For example, the mother has the antibodies that can destroy the leak out antibodies, destroy any fetal cells that can enter the blood. So this is how the mother will be safe. Rh incompatibility during pregnancy. This phenomena has led to an effective preventive measure to avoid Rh sensitization. What we have discussed, that if a mother has Rh negative but the fetus is Rh positive, in that case there will be some resistance, and in case if the cells are leak out into the mother's body, what happen? The antibodies A, antibody B in the mother can destroy those cells so that she can be prevented. There's the point of the danger is that when she gave birth to the Rh positive baby and she is a Rh negative, in that case we have to take care. What we have to do? The mother is given an injection of anti-Rh antibody, which is also known as Rogam, so that if the Rh positive will enter into the mother, it will not cause any immune reaction. So this is very important point. So this is the Rh incompatibility, and sometimes mother die at the time of being giving birth to the baby, because that Rh positive will enter into her body, because she is Rh negative but she receive Rh positive. So in that case this can become fatal and mothers can die. So these passively acquired antibodies destroy any fetal cells that get into her circulation before they can elicit active immune response in her. This is the case when baby is not born, but after the born we have to take care. Several methods For testing the ABO group of an individual exists. The most common method is serology. This is a direct detection of ABO antigens. It is the main method used in the blood transfusion center and hospital blood banks. Remember the test is serology. This is form of testing involve two components. Serology is a test which can involve two components: antibodies that are specific at detecting a particular ABO antigen on RBCs, and cells that are of known ABO group that are agglutinated by the naturally occurring antibodies in the person's serum. First of all, we will see the half tile. In the row you can see anti-A, anti-B, anti-AB. These are representing the antibodies, and on the left side we can have blood group A, B, AB and O. So if we have a blood group sample from group A, and if we put antibodies A, what will happen? Of course there must be reaction, because we have already discussed that if a person has a blood group A, they have antibody B. But in this slide what we did that we place the A blood group and insert or put some antibody A. So there will be a reaction and there will be a clamping and RBCs can be destroyed. Right. Similarly, if we go further in this same line, that if your blood group is A and if you put antibody B, you see there is no reaction. You can see the red blood cells are intact. If we go further in the same line, that you are taking the blood sample from blood group A and you are putting antibody A and B, what you see that some of the RBCs are destroyed, some are intact. So this is how you can identify blood group A. If we go further, you have the cells from the red blood cells with antigen A, right? If you have a blood from blood group A and you have a cells from blood group A, and if you put them together, for example in the case of transfusion, means your body already have a blood group A and you need some more blood, and if you enter the A cells, then there will be no reaction because you already have antibodies and antibody B and antigen A, so there will be no reaction. Similarly, if you go further in the same line, you see if you have a sample of blood group A and if your body receive the blood cells B, you can see the reaction. There will be immune reaction and your red blood cells will be destroyed. This is a severe immune reaction. Similarly, if you go further, if you have a blood group A and you receive the cells from the a person whose blood group is O, in that case there will be no reaction, because you know that in the O blood group you can have do not have antibodies, so there will be no reaction. So this is this chart you can study by yourself, comparing each group and see the reaction. This is the picture. On the left side you can see RBCs are intact. On the right side you can see there is clumping and the cracking of the RBCs. Now what is this picture represent actually? When the RBC carrying on or both antigens are exposed to the corresponding antibody, they agglutinate, that is clump together. People usually have antibodies against those red blood cells antigen they lack, right? Human RBCs on the left side and right side adding serum containing anti-A antibodies, right? The agglutination reaction reveals the presence of the antigen A on the surface of the cells. For example, you don't know the blood group, right? And if you put you have a slide containing antibodies A and you will put antigen in it, then there will be a reaction. In that case you will reveal that this must be blood group A. However, if you have a slide with antigen A and if you put the antibody B, that in that case you will see there will be no destruction in the RBCs. In that case you can identify that this will be the blood group A. So this is the way we use different serums for the identification of blood group in our laboratories. So this is just a simple rule. Blood transfusion, who can receive the blood from whom? People with the blood group O are called universal donor. Yes, this is very important. You must remember for your final exam that the blood group O is called universal donor group, and the blood group AB positive, okay, AB positive is the universal donor, because AB can receive any blood. This is the chart again that is describing how the things happen. For example, if your blood group is AB, it contain antigen A and B, it do not contain antibody, can give blood to AB. AB can give blood to AB because it has antigen, and if this AB is enter into O, there will be reaction. But AB can receive blood from AB, A, B and O. Now come to the blood group A. The blood group A contain antigen A, antibody B, right? And it can give blood to A and AB, and can receive blood from A and O only. It cannot, blood group A cannot receive blood from B. Okay, always remember, blood group A cannot receive blood from group B. Similarly, for the group B, it has antigen B, antibody A, and can give blood B. For example, if your blood group is B, you can donate your blood to blood group B and AB both, and you can receive blood from B and O both. And if your group is O, you do not have antigen, but you have both antibodies A and B, so you can give blood to AB, A, B and O, and you can receive blood only from O. So the most dangerous blood is O, because O cannot receive blood from any other blood. So this is very problematic. If someone has a blood group O, cannot receive blood from any other, this is a really dangerous situation. And the one who has a AB is so, you can say, lucky that he can receive blood from AB, A, B and O. So you must remember that the universal donor is O. O can donate to anyone else but cannot receive, and AB can give blood to only AB and can receive blood from anybody. Depend on the RH factor. Yes, remember the RH factor. So once again, I would request you to subscribe my channel, click the bell icon to get my updated videos, and once again I will request you to keep donating blood to the needy people, to the people of thalassemia and other blood diseases. Your blood can save many lives. So this is my lecture for today. I hope you like and understand what is blood group and how the blood groups are formed and how you can differentiate different blood groups. I will come with another interesting topic. Till then, bye bye.